Okay, all of the table saw cuts are done. Of course, this is when the heat comes on, so we're going to have to deal with my furnace over there. But this is the plan. 2 feet wide, 4 feet high. There's going to be 2 long pieces that are rabbeted in the back to accept a back panel, a 2x4 back panel of plywood. And this lower top piece will also be rabbeted to accept the panel, and the panel will go all the way down to the floor in the back. That means that all of the shelves that I cut, including the bottom one, are going to have to be narrower to handle the fact that there's going to be a back panel that's going to be at least 1/4 of an inch. So these are going to be 1/4 of an inch more narrow than the top piece, which is this one right here. I also have to deal with the fact that, I don't know if you can see this, I'm dealing with not the best piece of birch plywood, but it has a bad side and then a really bad side. So that will have to be dealt with. This bookcase is not going to be painted. It's going to be tung oil varnished to match another bookcase that I've already done, which is upstairs right now being used. So this is more wide for the top. This is a good example of definitely a shelf piece. It's going to be cut, make for 2 shelves. This one looks like a good outside piece. That might be one of the left or the right sides. Definitely another left and right side for this one. And then 2 more shelves for that. And then this will be the top and the bottom. And let's see. All of the facing surfaces will have a clear white pine cap, so you won't see any of this. It'll all be covered by the cap. And there will also be a kick plate, pine kick plate at the bottom. All right, can we proceed? At least I've got heat happening here because it's still very, very cold. It's still officially winter, so. I'm setting up the miter saw to create shelves, top and bottom, all to be the same width. So just because I'm dealing with the width of the blade, the kerf, and the fact that these were cut from 2 different sheets of 2x4 birch plywood, I'm going to make the interior width of the top, the bottom, and all the interior shelves 23 3/4. That gives me that 1/4 inch of wiggle room to handle the fact that these are not all going to be the same as they are cut. So that's 23 3/4 right there from here, which is, I know is square, to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a block here, flush up against, so that all I have to do is take each piece and put it up there, and I will get 23 3/4 every time. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm replacing the router table bit. This is a roundover. I'm going to be replacing it with a rabbiting bit. So the first thing I had to do was crank this up as high as it could go. And now I am going to loosen the bit. That. More. There we go. So the bit just falls out like so. And now I get to pick a new bit. I keep them down here. And all of these up here are rabbiting bits. And I'm going to want to go down 3/8 of an inch, so I'm going to pick the biggest one. Just have to be careful that I don't cut myself in taking these out. These blades are sharp. So you can see the blade. I'll take the opportunity of putting this one back where it belongs. There. Okay. Like that. Tighten it up for real. Just hand tight. Like that. And then lower it down. And here's where I have to measure to make sure that I get a 3/8 of an inch depth of cut. Once I get that measurement done, I'll move the fence up to make sure I get a 3/8 of an inch cut going in this direction as well. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is a test. This is a little tight. We'll do a little test on just a scrap piece to see whether I got this measurement and this measurement correct. Okay, here we go. I'm doing it in one pass rather than a succession of passes because it's just plywood and the blade can take it. Okay, so I set the fence up a little bit in to trim the shelves to take into account the thickness of the back panel. So that's what we're doing now.